Gattir allar áður gangi fram, skoðast skili, skugnast skili. Því at uvisst at vita, var uvinir sitja af leti fyrir. That was a verse from Hovamol, the words of Odin, words of wisdom to live by for ancient Nordic people who believed in Odin or believed in reason. And the verse basically means that use your eyes before going into nooks and crannies, because it's hard to know where you might meet enemies in front of you. A bit of a rough translation, but basically just telling would-be Vikings who want to live a long and prosperous life to not just go barging in, but to have a look before they go barging in. You would be surprised at how many young would-be Vikings met their end because they barged in and then got a spear to their chest or a sword to the groin. Quite a few men died that way. So now I have researched the first civic tech 3, which is going to give me 1 public order, which is nice. The second block of research is going to increase sanitation by 2, which is fairly nice. 50% wealth from subsistence and plus 5 food. The first in martial is going to recruit, or in military, is going to recruit my recruitment cost by. It's going to decrease my recruitment cost by 5%. So that's not bad, I guess. Now, regional defense force, Roman logistics system, fatigue rate. So these are decent. Lines of research, I think, for me. I'm going to go for regional defense force first. So the plan is to go with 1 civic research block, then a military 1, civic, military, so that my civic is always in front of my military. Now, I have to thank you for all of the great advice I'm getting. I haven't been playing campaign much in Attila. I am pretty much a complete noob when it comes to playing campaign in Attila, so I really do appreciate all of the tips that you're commenting with. I might not be able to follow all of them, I might forget some of them, but I will do my best to not play like a complete retard, although I'm sure I will play like a retard. That's kind of the point. So Hugleiker was just married to my daughter, Gunvor. And I'm going to give him an army. And one of the reasons why I want to do that is because I want to move my war dog army, Fenris. I want to start moving that army down towards Angulus. Then I want to use Hugleiker as... I want to use him as... basically just for recruiting units all the way up here. So I'm going to give him a few dogs.
Ready for battle.
The Dread Berserkers. I'm going to have to change that name at some point. So now we have, let's see, we have Kongsherden, Herd of the King. Then we have Fenris, which is the wolf that is chained awaiting Ragnarok or the apocalypse. The final battle. Dread Berserkers, we're not going to call them that. This is going to be... It would be fitting if Hugleiker, being just married into the family, oversaw the king's levy. So... Kongens Leidang. This is not Old Norse, this is Norwegian. So, one of the reasons for that is that all of the weird characters in Old Norse, I have absolutely no idea how to type those in. So instead of just going for a bastardized Old Norse, I'm just going to give my armies Norwegian names. So yes, I did lose some men to attrition here, which is not great, I guess, but they're going to replenish fairly quickly. The Nordic levy is very expensive in terms of upkeep, I must say. The Threitel skirmishers are very cheap. So maybe hold off on maybe hire some skirmishers here. some more, yeah, some skirmishers and dogs. That's a nice combination. So
Ready for battle.
wait a bit down here, allow the men to replenish, wait for more better conditions to go down and attack the Franks here. And let's see if the public order is decreasing. It's to be expected in the winter. The chieftain's house, my food is fine, so I could probably upgrade the chieftain's house, get some more wealth and public order increases. I am going to start doing that. See if somebody wants to trade with me. The Burgundians, it looks like they... it might be nice to be friendly with the Burgundians, so let's try...
Listen to you, but do not pass the day
Nah.
in words with.
They do not want to trade. The Abdanians...
I am sure you have many pleasantries for me.
Rejected. Okay, I'm trading with the Jutes. I'm trading with the Saxons. Saxons are going to get destroyed very soon.
You
Rugians.
are welcome, although
Let's try a non-aggression pact then. People are not very diplomatically inclined against me, it seems. So if I try a non-aggression pact with the Rugians...
we will
Come on. I don't want to pay them. I mean, not getting killed is the payment. So how about a non-aggression
Welcome.
pact with the
speak.
Abdanians? Well, it looks like nobody
We will
wants
gladly
to...
listen to your offers.
Nope. Okay. How about the Burgundians? Non-aggression?
Greetings, friend. We will.
Maybe they don't believe me since I am a Viking faction. Okay, so yeah, let's just... Oh, we can have a look at some politics. Garulf. Hugleiker. Let's make Hugleiker a companion. Yeah, so secure this office, their success, blah blah blah. Determine that in office they will have the following. So that's nice. Gutulf can try to be a companion. Garulf can try to be a companion. Yep, let's try this. Dominion is very high. Maybe I can try to Wolfgar, other nobles. He's a governor, so maybe I could try to... Let's see here. Yeah, they are governors. That's fine. So let's see if he can secure loyalty. Well, if I promote these guys to companions, that might help. I probably don't need to secure loyalty for my own faction leader, of course. But gathering support... My power is respectable. Public order -1. My control is 50%. My dominion is very good. So yeah, let's just... my High King is probably going to die any turn now, because he's really old. But let's try to deal with the Franks here in the coming turns, as long as the weather improves.
Our warriors will trouble neither man nor beast in your lands.
Ooh, yes.
Your women, I cannot promise that.
They will, our warriors will trouble neither man nor beast. Your women, I cannot promise that. Well, if they want to trouble my women, they're going to have a fight on their hands. I do not think Saxons can deal with Viking women, so give us your best shot and give us your money. I granted them military access, which is fine. I mean, the Saxons are so weak that they're not going to be able to do much anyway if they plan an invasion. It's going to be interesting to see whether the Franks actually manage to take Terriferdum from the Franks. And some of you asked me to make my episodes a bit longer than the 20 minutes I have been been making the other episode. So this episode is going to be slightly longer, and we will see. Okay, political obstruction. When one is climbing the greasy pole, that's pleasant. There's but one rule: hunter be hunted. Your candidate has been blocked from office by your opponent. Influence minus 15. Forget it. You know what? I'm actually going to decree. I'm going to decree for Get Wolf, or yeah, let's see here. Let's see. What? He's only 48? I thought he was. Oh yeah, 92. That was the influence. It looked like the picture of the guy and then the age. Okay then. Okay, so political favors. Influence minus 10. He doesn't have the best influence at the moment. Forget it. No, I want to call in some political favors. There we go. Wolfgar has increased in rank.
Thirsty for battle.
Good. And now, yeah, the Franks are still laying siege to Tulliferdum, so if I'm being really sneaky here, I could probably just go and take Flevum from the Franks, and then go and take Tulliferdum when the Franks have taken it from the Saxons, so I don't need to do anything dishonorable. So I think I'm going to give that a go, actually. I have military access with the Saxons, so that shouldn't be a problem. So let's just sneak up on the border down here. Hello, Franks. Now, if I could buy something like an onager, that would be great. However, I cannot. Too bad. So I'm not going to send my king down here to take on the Franks just yet. I am going to send my men down towards Flevum. Now they're going to be in position to both take Tulliferdum and take Flevum from the Franks. Hopefully I will be able to remove the Franks from the map in a single turn, and then I will be able to take control of Frisia as well. Let's hope that happens. Let's see. Well, no. Dikes. I'm going to build a Chieftain's Hall, which is going to improve public order over here. Fishing jetties? Nah, not yet. My income isn't great at the moment. I am getting by, but not much more than that, so maybe I should hold off on recruiting more units in Kongens Leidang. Save up some funds in case I need to repair something here. And let's see, these guys are companions. And okay, they're going to have a few terms in office. Wolfgar, my power is respectable, my control is 50%, and my dominion is 81%. Let's just let this run its course here, and maybe, yeah, let's look at changing some of these edicts, because I'm not... here we have resettlement. Judgment of Wodan seems like a useful thing. Yeah, Judgment of Wodan to increase public order. Over here I'm not recruiting units anymore. So, resettlement. Judgment of Wodan. Yep. Let's end the turn. Oh, Wolfgar has some skills. Authority. And Wolfgar is, let's see, he can get something in his household as well. Plus 10 morale for ranged infantry. Nah. Research rate. Well, it's actually not, yeah, let's just try the Fustis to see if I can do something funny with it. And, leader, sure, let's increase his authority. And let's increase his seal. Wolfgar is... That's Gorulf. That's Getwulf. And yeah, Wolfgar is an administrator, so... And I don't think he's in my faction. Let's see here, Wolfgar. Yeah, he's in other nobles, so... I might want to try to, let's see... Adopt. I want to adopt Wolfgar. He is a governor in Frisia. Let's just try to adopt Wolfgar. He seems like a nice enough fellow. A bit old for adoption maybe, but we'll see what he says. He is after all a grown man, but I quite liked him when he might be a good addition to the family. The Saxons want a military alliance, and I'm going to accept that because they're only at war with the Franks and the Western Romans, so getting some money from the Saxons, very nice. Ooh, the Langobards, what the hell are they doing? If they have strong units, I might be in trouble because my armies are not very strong. I have a bunch of shit tier units, but that is kind of the point. I like the early game with the shit tier units. Once we get to the steamroll phase, I imagine things are going to be very easy in terms of battle and such. So, I'm still going to let the Saxons get attacked by the Franks, even though I am in an alliance with them. Loyalty for Gorulf, thank you. And I have adopted Wolfgar. The balance of power, my power is 75%, which decreases public order, increases integrity and reduces growth. Well, okay then. But I'm going to try to find a wife. I want a huge family, so I'm going to try to find a wife for Wolfgar so he can have some kids. Let's see here. Now, I don't want to... I mean, are these guys like... Yeah, the Langobards have a fairly... Langobards have a fairly strong army there, so... let's see. They are not in my territory, so maybe I shouldn't be too worried. But...
I welcome you, worthy speaker.
Non-aggression pact? No? Okay. Not happy. Those Langobards coming in just made me a bit less certain about what to do than I was previously. Now, I am in good standings with the Geats. Hopefully the Geats won't try to attack me. It's just so tempting to go and take Flevum from the Franks. But if the Langobards are up to no good, and being in enemy territory, I suspect them to be up to no good, then that makes me a bit less certain about what to do here. It almost makes me want to save the Saxons from this siege and use the Saxons as a shield. Okay, let's consider something here. If I attack the Franks with Kongsherden, the Saxons are going to help me. They should cause some casualties to the enemy, to the Franks. Then I can go and take Flevum, and I can still use the Saxons as a shield from these units from these nations until I build up my forces. Now, I'm not entirely sure about this. Taking Flevum would also be... You know what? I'm a Viking. I'm going to go and take Flevum with Gorulf. I'm going to declare war on the Franks. I'm going to call my allies to help, of course.
Besieging
You can see the balance of power is all screwed up here. Doesn't look like night attack helps me much, but I'm just going to encircle. And now I am conflicted whether to attack. You know what? No, I'm going to go and attack Flevum here. First, if I lose Angulus, then so be it, but I don't think I will. I'm going to take a chance here. So let's attack with Fenris. Let's see if I can buy an onager or some such. Cannot. That is potentially bad. In order for the MLG War Dog strategy to work, I really need an onager, but not against this weak of an army. I shouldn't have any problems dealing with the Franks here. I quite like that my army is that my family is increasing in size. I will have many sons and many daughters, but I don't know how it will affect the political side of things later on. I just like having a big family. So we'll see. Now this is massive overkill. Sending in as many men as I have here to take care of the city. But I mainly want to just dog the city into submission. So let's see if that works out for me. And maybe you'll be able to see something pretty cool here as well. We'll see.
Good news! Additional forces have arrived!
So the plan is to just send in the dogs to cause mayhem and destruction. Now, the issue, though, with this this strategy is that it doesn't really work as well when enemy units aren't moving. So ideally, I would have the onager force the enemy to move, and then that would allow me to do a significant amount of damage to the moving enemies. But when I don't have that option, that might be problematic. But we'll see how it goes. And the cool thing is, though, war dogs can capture points. So when I send the dogs in here, they're actually going to be capping points for me. So I don't have to lose soldiers doing just that. So let's see. Yeah, they're well on their way here to decap the point. Just need to pull back here. And then, let's see, where are my reinforcements? Over here. Over here. And there you have the beauty of the debug camera. Let's see, here they are. Let's just send them over here. And here the dogs are... Oh, they mostly died. But I can send them in here against the Germanic bows. Here we have the enemy ships. The Frankish ships. Let's see if the dogs can at least deal with these. And the cool thing is that these towers will now cause friendly fire as well. But it doesn't look like my dogs... And here the dogs have taken out a unit of Germanic bows. But it doesn't look like the dogs were able to decap this point, because the war dog strategy needs an onager to work so that the enemy tries to... So that the enemy basically tries to move its units towards you. It's a very important part of the war dog strategy. But 2 units of bows down, that's at least useful. Those Frankish Marines and those other Frankish units, it looks like they're going to be able to eat my units for breakfast and be ready for lunch afterwards. So I really need my supporting units to come in here. Now, the dogs did manage to take down a tower over here, so that's good. And now they are running into these Germanic brigands as well, which is very useful. We also have some dogs attacking these units here, the Germanic levy in the back. I'm not too confident that they will do well against units like Frankish Marines, so I'm going to send them into the rear here. So the dogs go running, then I can pull back the men. My men are taking their sweet time down from the hill there. Well, here you can see the friendly fire being done by the towers.
The enemy has found our concealed units.
Germanic light marauders. Now this unit is a raider, but I don't want to... They're going to die very quickly to... The flaming arrows shot from towers have a bigger bonus against large than normal arrows. So they're going to eat they're going to eat my cavalry alive, basically. Let's just keep Gorulf out of combat for a little while, because he is a big wussy. Him and his bodyguard, not impressive. I think my dogs are still... Yeah. They just take so long doing any kind of damage. Over here as well, like, they have been chewing on those poor Germanic brigands for a long time. However, this has opened up an avenue of approach here in the center. So I'm going to move into the center from here, and then I'm just going to fast forward, bring all of my units down here, and engage in some skirmish fire. But that range on those towers is very annoying. It's very... They have very good range and a very rapid rate of fire. But here they are doing friendly fire to these Germanic brigands. Hopefully they will do friendly fire to the Germanic light marauders as well. So this, yeah, the Germanic brigands are probably just going to break now, due to the friendly fire and to the dogs, which is very nice. And yeah, the Marines are also taking a significant amount of friendly fire here. Losing the wow. Wow. I thought those Marines would be a problem to deal with, but not when they are under friendly machine gun fire, it seems. So let's just make a massive line of spear levy. Here. Then put my ranged troops behind. Like so. And then I do have some additional dog units. I'm going to send them in. This friendly fire here is just glorious. So let's send in the dogs here. And here. Use the spear levy as a wall. Almost like a spear wall. And have the... that range on the towers. You know what? I'm just going to eat the fire on my levy units. I'm not going to care. The Germanic warband, again, taking friendly fire. The Frankish Marines... but when they're moving now, they're going to take a lot of damage. Use heavy shot on the Frankish Marines. Let's see if I can provoke a response. And these dogs are actually doing a lot of damage here. So much friendly firing being done. My bows aren't really doing a good job here. So maybe I could try to break... Yeah, these kills, well, they're getting some kills, but maybe I should get a bit closer. Then, of course, the machine gun towers start firing. I'm just going to pull back from the machine gun towers. Move up here and try to capture the tower. Keep my general in support. Do the same thing over here. Try to cap the tower. Am I? No, I need to get inside, okay. Maybe I should just try to burn down the tower at this point. Think so. Because I'm losing men very quickly.
The men are broken and running for their lives.
Yeah, that's more effective. Oh, my bows just complete went full retard here. Thanks for that.
The men are running, cowards.
Okay, let's just go in. Enough of this. Enough of this buggery.
Spears ready. Men of the north. Men of the north.
Let's see, let's just rush here and try to take out the tower as quickly as possible. I'll just spam them with Nordic Levy. Send the missiles around the flanks. Yeah, Nordic Levy. Very nice. I could probably use my cavalry to run down a few of these units. So I get cash for kills.
Enemy units have rallied and returned to the battle. Battle ready.
Burn down this. Send in the skirmishers. Cavalry takes care of the routing units. Now I can start moving in here.
Warriors ready. Men of the north. Battle ready.
Charge. Come on, a quick surround. My Nordic Levy are not going to be able to hold for long. It's probably too slow. Those early game, those Nordic Levy units are surprisingly effective. Now I'll be able to throw some javelins into the backs of these Frankish Marines. This unit just needs to bugger off. Just destroying Frankish Marines. Just kill the enemy general.
Their tower has fallen. Good news.
And now I can use my cavalry to run down the remaining units.
We are moments away from victory.
I'll just fast forward and try to finish off as many enemy units as possible. See if it makes a significant difference in the funds that I have. I don't remember quite how much I did have at the start of this battle, so I'm not going to be able to know exactly how much. It's so annoying that the towers keep firing even though the siege is won. Like, the defenders have fled, but there are some guys in the towers just refusing to give up the fight. It's super annoying. But yeah, I'm not going to run down more units now because there aren't a lot of units to run down. Not the most impressive display by Kongsherden and Fenris here. The dogs did get some nice kills. They are much more effective when used together with an onager, but sadly that wasn't the luxury I had at the moment. So, a battle. Let's occupy.
Your next command?
Now, the Franks, I hope they're going to take this settlement the next turn. And then I hope... Let's see, I'm just going to repair this. Repair... Let's see, this is trade jetties. Sure, repair. Artisan. You know what? I don't want the artisan. I'm going to dismantle the artisan. And this is chieftain's house. Yeah, you know what? Let's just repair the chieftain's house.
Warriors all.
Let's have a look at the skills we're getting. We're getting merchant, nope. Hunter, nope. Infantry and cavalry commander. Cunning +1. Naval battle. War chief. Well, the war chief is... I quite like the war chief. The stag is also very nice. Authority +2, fatigue rate -20. If I go raven stag, I think that looks very nice. Raven stag, yeah. +2 authority, +1 authority, and then +2 authority.
For the tribe.
So for Fenris and Garulf, we have... Let's see, he can also go raven and then stag. Yep, looks good to me. Now research, I have research regional defense force. Then I can research Roman logistics or militarized society. Yeah, let's research militarized society. And I am really anxious to see what the Langobards are up to, because it does not look like they are up to any good. Just in case, just to be a bit, try to appear a bit threatening, I guess, I'm going to send Kongens Leidang. The King's Levy has seen that there is mounting unrest down here with the Langobards, the DLC factions incoming. So they're going to... Let's see, Mercenary Nordic Brigade, that is very cheap, so I'm going to hire those guys. And then I'm going to start hiring some Spear Levy, just in case the Langobards are up to no good. Now, public order isn't great here in Alabu and in Skansa. It will get a bit better when the Chieftain's Hall is built, but definitely not great at the moment. Now, upgrading to a village here is probably, let's see, it costs 3,006. Bit expensive for my taste, so I think we're going to save here. We're going to, let's see here. We took Flevum. Hopefully, we're going to see that the Franks take Tiliferdum soon. And I think one of two things is going to happen if they take Tiliferdum. the Langobards might attack Tulliferdum and take Tulliferdum, or maybe I'm going to be able to move in and take Tulliferdum. And if I take Tulliferdum, I have control of Frisia, and Frisia looks like it's quite defensible at this point. We have Flevum way up here, having its flanks at least semi-protected by the river. And then we have the desolate area over here, which I guess isn't going to be settled for quite some time. And over here we have, yeah, that's Rugion as well. So if I take Tulliferdum, I feel I have a fairly strong defensive position from which to push up and just remove the Geats. But in the meantime, the Geats have gotten fairly strong up here. So I hope the Geats, they were sending out an expedition to England here. I hope the Geats send out an expedition to England and they get smashed. Some crazy Pict tribe moves up here and then just destroys the Geats, so I can move in and pick them off. But let's see what happens in the next episode. I am having more fun than I thought I would with this campaign, especially, and I must say, this is a nice addition. It's a bit early to say, I guess, but just from the few turns I've played here, it seems like the AI is a lot more aggressive, and it's actually doing things with its armies. Like the Langobards here, I have no idea what they're doing. Maybe the Langobards don't have any idea what they're doing either, but let's see. So once again, thank you for all the good suggestions. Doing Let's Play series is something fairly new to me, so all suggestions are welcome on how to take this further. The main goal is, of course, to spread Viking domination to all corners of the world. Strength and honor.